Now let's get to our big story. You've told us time and again that homeless issues are amongst the most important to you. So when I had a chance to interview the leading candidates for governor from the Democratic Party, I put that question to them. How would you attack the problem? And would you force people off the streets if they had a place to go and good services but wanted to stay put? One said yes, the other wouldn't really answer that question. By the way, let me remind you that we've posted the full interviews from both candidates on our YouTube page and the Republicans as well. You should go watch them. They're fascinating. They're all bright people. I really enjoyed interviewing them. You should watch everything they have had to say. I've had to cut the answers down for this broadcast to save time. Let's start tonight with Tobias Read.
We need to acknowledge the humanity of people who are in that situation, but it's not okay to leave them in that place. Similarly, it's not fair to folks who feel unsafe, who are trying to get to work, to go on with life. So we can't put everything on the notion of waiting for the construction of permanent housing. We need to take immediate action and deal with emergency transitional housing. But in the short term, we can't let our parks and public spaces be taken over by unsafe encampments.
Do you support the large tent camping ideas or the large warehouse ideas?
I think we've got more details to understand about how those would work, but developing ideas that would support immediate action to get people off the street, out of unsafe conditions, are definitely good things.
And at the end of the day, if people will not move, would you force them to?
I think we have to look at ways to get people those opportunities to get the mental health services, the addiction services that they need, and say, yes, this is not the safe place for you to camp. You can't camp here.
So that's a yes?
It's a yes.
Reed also said he thought that would really be a small number of people, but when push came to shove, he would clean up the camps. Tina Kotek was not willing to go there. She said she does want more shelters.
We need more of those managed sites around the county. And I know that's the intent of the city and county, but as governor, I want to say, hey, what can we do differently? The status quo doesn't work anymore. What do we need to remove barriers, red tape, whatever it is to make this work faster and better for everybody? And that's the role I want to play as governor, because that is, I think, the power of running state government, to be able to move things quicker.
And what about people who say, I don't want to get off the street, leave me alone?
You know, I'm sure there are folks that, because of their illness or wherever they are in their lives, that is not something they can see right now. That will take trained social workers and other folks working one-on-one with those individuals to help them get whatever they need. You got to meet people where they are. I will never give up on anybody.
Which is nice, but do you allow them to stay there month after month, year after year? Is there any final effort to literally move them off the street, whether they want to be or not?
Well, until we as government or as neighbors really put enough shelter out there or enough services, it's hard to ask people to move along until we've done our part. So more shelter space, more transitional housing, and finally, I think for the first time, those resources are in the pipeline.